Content warning. The chapter contains scenes that may trigger or traumatize some readers. Lucas's POV. We were all having fun tonight, especially Corey. I can see the light in her eyes after making new friends and after the warm welcome from the rest of the group. I am also glad that she got comfortable with them quickly, but what I love the most tonight is that I made her blush harder whenever I call her babe. I am glad I have that effect on her. So, what are you baking? Tommy asked. We're thinking of something simple like brownies, Ellie answered. It is simple for Corey and Iris, but are you sure you can handle this, sis? We almost caught fire the last time you were in the kitchen, Tommy teasingly said. But I agree with him. We cannot leave Ellie alone in the kitchen. Ever again. Then I heard that adorable chuckle. Corey is trying to hide and stifle her laugh, but she is doing it poorly. Very poorly, I must say. I can see tears in her eyes from trying so hard. What's funny, babe? She shook her head and tried to hide her face using both hands. But before she could cover her face, I caught the rosy cheeks that appeared because of a simple word. Come on, tell me, babe. She breathed deeply to release the laughter building in her throat. Are they always like this? Most of the time, they bicker and tease each other. We have gotten used to their antics. The only person who can actually put a stop to them is their sister. I looked at her. I wonder if she caught up with my teasing. Sister? I laughed. She glared at me. Then she put her hand on her chest. Your Majesty, I did not know you would use that against me. I shrugged. I can't help it when my mate thought they were triplets. Well, you are the real winner here. They used that to pull a prank on you. For a week! Ha! I am surprised by her rebuttal, but when I regained my composure, I laughed at it. So, she knows how to make a comeback. I look forward to these kinds of exchanges when we learn more about each other. I have to create more opportunities for us to have more time as mates and with the group. All right, boys, you go prepare dinner, grill some of the steaks, get some drinks, whatever. Iris instructed us. Girls, time to start the brownies. And so everyone went to do their tasks. A few minutes later, I could hear her chat and laughter coming from the kitchen. The girls are whispering and laughing at whatever joke or story the other tells. But even with everything happening, I am focused on one person, my mate. She is glowing and looks happy. I want this for her. Lucas. I was surprised by Silas's shout. I didn't notice it until he called my attention. Apparently, the steak is burning. I almost overcooked our dinner for tonight. Ha ha ha! Distracted much, Your Majesty? Tommy teasingly said. Not distracted, I believe he is love-struck. To my surprise, this came from Elias. He barely said anything the whole day, and he is not the usual type to come up with these lines. We looked at each other and laughed. We also had a few discussions, especially about the meeting a while ago. A few moments later, we are done grilling the steak, vegetables, and preparing everything for dinner. But before we could start with dinner, I felt someone tug the end of my shirt. I turned around and found my mate. She looks like she wants something, but is afraid it is unacceptable, or I would deny it. What is it, babe? Anything you need? She looks hesitant. I have been thinking. Go on. Can we ask Lola to join us for tonight? It is okay if you say no. I can eat with her some other time. We usually do things together. Lola has been her best friend since then. Of course, I will not deny her such a request. I'll go with you. Let's pick her up. I smiled at her. I mind-linked everyone and asked them to wait a few minutes as we fetched Lola. They all agreed, and Silas was the most enthusiastic. I saw his head bobbing up and down so fast. So we made it to the quarters where they lived. I was hoping not to come here again after I saw Corey's room. This was one of the things I brought up to the group, except Ellie and Iris a while ago. We will take action as soon as possible to resolve this. We reached Lola's room, and Corey knocked. Lola, are you there? Silence. No one is answering. Corey knocked again. It's me, Corey. Open up. Still no answer, but I could sense that someone was inside. I checked the doorknob to see if it was locked. Fortunately, it wasn't, and I was able to open the door. I don't sense any danger, Kali said. Yeah, me too. But to be sure, I told Corey to stay behind me. As soon as we entered, I saw Lola lying on the ground. She was unconscious. Corey quickly went to her side and checked her condition. The room is dark, but I can definitely see some bruises on her neck. Thank Goddess, she is still breathing. Let's get her to the hospital quickly. I carried Lola and we ran to the hospital. As soon as we arrived, the doctors came to assist us. We put Lola in a hospital bed and waited for them to examine her condition. Silas came after I mind-linked them, and he brought something for us to eat. I can feel the anxiety radiating off his body. She's going to be okay, Silas. I mind-linked him because other patients are resting. What state was she in when you saw her? She was unconscious. She also has a few bruises on her neck. Fuck! Who could have done that to her? With his frustration, he punched the wall. His punch startled a couple of patients, even Corey, who fell asleep after hours of waiting. Silas, you have to calm down. How? She's my mate. I should have taken her when Corey collapsed. I should be the one protecting her, and yet. At that exact moment, the doctor came out with an update and the results of the tests. She is doing fine now. She fainted mostly because of fatigue and lack of food. Based on the patient's physique, she is also in a state of malnutrition. The doctor said, "How about the bruises on her neck?" Actually, I was about to get to that, Your Majesty, and you might want to discuss this in my office. Based on her reaction, something seriously happened, and this is nothing that we can ignore. So, all of us went to the doctor's room. I could feel Corey's anxiousness leveled up when the doctor said those, "Shh, I am here. We will get to the bottom of this." We followed the doctor to his room. We all sat down and focused on what he was about to say. His first words were directed to Corey. He asked, "How long has Lola been with the Midnight Moon Pack?" We both came in together 6 years ago. In those 6 years, were you or Lola physically abused by anyone? Corey is completely stunned by the doctor's question. Silence, and a few more moments of silence. Silas and I are anxious here. I'm waiting for her response, but she's preoccupied with picking at her nails as if it's more significant than anything else. "Corey?" The doctor called her attention. This seemed to snap her out of her trance. Yes." She was shaking and stuttering. I wrapped my arms around her to comfort her. I am still stunned by her revelation, despite knowing that there are some other things the pack is doing aside from their anomalies. From Corey's physique, I have an inkling that they are overworking their omegas, but I did not expect that they were worse than I thought. When I saw Silas almost running out of the office from my periphery when he heard Corey, I quickly mind-linked him to stay put and calm down. I know how he feels, and I swear, if I found out whoever did this to them, there would be a bloodbath. Content warning. The chapter contains scenes that may trigger or traumatize some readers. Lucas's POV. The doctor tried to get more details out of Corey. He asked more questions, such as what they did, what kind of abuse they were doing, who did those to you, did they go above and beyond their abuse? Hearing those questions and looking at Corey's blank face is enough to torture me and my wolf. Doctor, let's stop this. She is struggling enough to recall those things. Yes, Your Majesty. We will transfer Lola to a ward and prepare everything else. I will go with you. I need to see how she is myself, Silas said. As soon as they left, I carried Corey. This pulled her out of her trance. Lucas? It's me. Let's go back now. You still need to rest. How about Lola? Silas will be taking care of her. He will keep her company until she regains consciousness. I asked him to mind-link me if there is any progress. I will tell you if there is anything. All right? She nodded. Then she said, I couldn't answer his questions. My mind went blank after every question. I hoped I could answer those questions to help Lola, but I just couldn't. She started sobbing. I gripped her tighter in my arms to comfort her. Shh. It's okay. You don't have to answer anything now. Take your time. She continued to sob in the cabin. After entering my room, I assisted her with getting ready for a shower by setting up everything she needed. I told her to take a quick shower and switch to cleaner clothes. After she finished, I gave her the prescribed medication and a glass of water and assisted her in bed. Rest for tonight, Corey. I will wake you if there is any update on Lola. I quickly planted a kiss on her forehead and stood up. Where are you going? I will just do a quick run. I will be back soon, okay? Before I left, I asked Ellie and Iris to watch over Corey. I told everyone what happened in the doctor's office. They were shocked, angry, and concerned for Corey and Lola. As soon as I left the cabin, I didn't bother removing my clothes before shifting. I am impressed I could calm myself down when I was around Corey. I want to ask who hurt her to get this over with and what they have done for years. Why are we running in the woods? We should be looking for those monsters. Callie growled. I need a plan. And I can't do that when all I think of is calling someone? Well, you should have asked her so we could snap the neck of that bastard. I couldn't because she looked hurt, recalling her past. Is this why I can't feel much of her wolf? He made a good point. Probably. Her wolf might have been weakened because of the abuse. Do you think you could try reaching her? I will try. I ran for a few more minutes. I looked for a pair of shorts in the woods before heading back to the cabin. I mind-linked Silas for just a little while to see if there are any updates. They put an IV into her arm to facilitate getting the nutrients back into her body, but unfortunately, Lola is still unconscious. I went into my room and woke Ellie and Iris. I told them to go back to their room to rest. I took a cold shower and stayed there for a little while longer. When I am calmer, I step out and change into my new clothes. I didn't think twice about lying beside Corey. I want to be near her and hug her tight. I want to take all the pain away from her. A few minutes later, I could feel myself falling into a slumber. When I opened my eyes, I roamed and panic set in. Corey is not beside me, and I am not in my room. I am deep in the woods, and a white wolf is on the riverbank. I looked at her, and she looked familiar. I tried to get closer to her. Hey, where am I? Where is Corey? The wolf looked at me. So it is you. A pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty. She bowed her head. How did? I knew you were coming. I told Corey that someone powerful would be entering her life. How do you know? And who are you? I am Hata. I am Corey's wolf. Her wolf? Yes, I could feel you reaching out to me, and I guess you wanted to talk to me about something. Why is your presence so faint? We couldn't send you the first time we met. I started waking up when Corey was nearing her 18th birthday. It was our second meeting when she turned 18. I told her that our second chance mate was coming to us. Her what? Second chance mate? This has been the most shocking day of my life. I learned that Corey was abused, and now this. I can tell you the details, but it is better to have Corey tell you, and I know you didn't come for that. You'd like to know something else, some other information you couldn't ask Corey. Some part of me was raging with anger about the pain of rejection that Corey had been through, and part of me was glad that I was now with her. Hoda is right. Her ex-mate should be the least of my problems now. So I told Hoda what had happened and started asking my questions about how this pack treated my mate. It all started 6 years ago. When rogues attacked our pack and most wolves were gone, we were taken in by Alpha Henry. We were too young back then to know that that man was anything but ruthless. So it was Alpha Henry? Just him? No, the whole pack turned against us. At first they were kind to us, and only Alpha Henry overworked us. However, on Corey's 16th birthday, she couldn't shift. Hoda continued to tell me the story of when the abuse started, the kind of punishments and physical abuse Corey and Lola got. I know how big a deal it is to have to shift at 16, but it doesn't give anyone the right to punch, kick, and torture someone just because they couldn't. I didn't know how to ask my next question. I couldn't fathom the thought of it. Did she try to take her life away? I nodded. No, the thought never crossed her mind. She is stronger than you think and survived all this because of Lola. If Lola is not here to be her friend, I think we wouldn't meet at all, Your Majesty. I was supposed to ask now about her ex-mate, but something is pulling me back. She is waking up, Your Majesty. Don't worry, we will meet again soon. Corey's POV. I woke up with my head hurting. I tried to recall everything that happened yesterday. Lola being unconscious, her being taken to the hospital, and the doctor asking about the past. But I also recall having a strange dream where I was Hada and talking to Lucas. What was that about? In my dream, I was telling Lucas about the past 6 years, the way this pack treated me and Lola and everything they said and did. Thinking about this has brought tears back to my eyes. Lucas woke up and might have heard me crying. As tears streamed down my face, he gently enveloped me in his strong and comforting embrace. As my sobs subsided, he looked at me with worry and empathy. I am sorry, dear. I didn't want you to recall everything and be in pain. I am sorry. It's not your fault, I said in between sobs. I know, but I still asked your wolf about it and made you recall those bad memories. Huh? So you mean to say it wasn't a dream? Kali, my wolf, tried to find a way to talk to your wolf, and we were able to make a connection with her. She is so beautiful. I hope to see her again soon. Why didn't you ask me instead? I wondered why he tried to make a connection with Hoda to ask about my past. I could have answered those, I think. I am so sorry. I know I should have asked you, but I can't bear to see you hurt, but I still did bring pain to you. I thought it would lessen if it were through your wolf. I am sorry. He sounded frustrated and in fear. I understand. No need to be sorry. I know it's in your instincts as my mate. Also, I think you wouldn't get any answers from me either. So you forgive me? I told you it's not your fault and there's no need to apologize. I gave him a reassuring smile. And when I looked at him, he seemed to struggle. I think he is talking to his wolf and they are debating something. Lucas, what is it? It pulled him out of his trance. Kali wants to ask something. All right, but I don't think this is a good idea and the right time. I also don't want to bring more pain to you. Can I speak to Kali? Yes, but are you sure? He could be a little too much. It's okay. I want to meet him. A few seconds later, I am faced with Kali. Hi, dear. Lucas is still in his human form, but I know that behind this is Kali. I can see the change in Lucas's deep, dark brown eyes turned into a stunning light shade of brown. His voice is a little bit hoarse and deeper than Lucas's. Hello, I am Corey. I know. It is a pleasure to meet my beautiful mate. Their personalities are also different. What is it you want to know? When I met Hota, she mentioned me being your second chance mate. What happened? Well, it happened a few weeks before you arrived. We were celebrating his 18th birthday and I could smell his wolf. I followed it until I reached the lake and saw him there. Who is it? He sounded angry because there was a bit of a growl when he asked. But I am also hesitating whether I should tell him. With his tone of voice, I was scared that he might do something. Don't worry, dear. We won't break his neck. I stared at him wide-eyed. I am unsure if Kali is someone who jokes or is sarcastic. Promise you won't do anything that might get you hurt or anything at all. I am glad you are worried about me, babe, but your mate is the Werewolf King. Lucas came back. I noticed that slight change in his voice and his eyes. I can feel a calmer person in front of me. Where's Kali? I have to push him back. He's making you scared. And I knew if you gave him a name, he would sprint outside and look for that person. Oh, but you wouldn't? Can't make any promises, babe, he said with a smirk on his face. It's Alpha Austin. I whispered the name, hoping he wouldn't catch that. Huh, so it's the Alpha. I knew something must have happened between you two. When? How? When he visited you in the hospital. He sounded concerned and sincere when he saw you in that situation. Then I thought about it when I met him and his mate. They looked detached from each other. I didn't feel anything when Lucas told me about what he thought. And it made me think that Alpha Austin was putting on an act to make him think he was concerned about his pack members. After all these years, he wouldn't suddenly care about me. Ahem, just because he was concerned doesn't mean you should think about him in front of me. No, it's not like that. Then what? I just doubt that he really cares. Whether he cares or not, don't think of another man. Got that, babe? I smiled at his possessiveness. I was not even thinking about Alpha Austin that way. I continued to tell him about what happened when I learned that Alpha Austin was my mate. I told him how he rejected me and how I accepted his rejection. I recall every word of that night, but the pain is no longer there. It is now just a bitter memory. Is that why you thought I was going to do the same? I breathed deeply. Yes. All this time I still think I am not worth enough. Then I learned that my second chance mate was the Werewolf King. I thought the goddess was playing tricks on me. You are worthy of being loved and cherished. I am going to prove that to you every single day. I thought you wouldn't want me. Who would want me as their mate and their queen? I am trying not to sob. Babe, I want you, and I will always will. The kingdom will be glad to have you as their queen. They will see how beautiful, kind, and amazing you are. I just know it. I saw how quickly my friends got comfortable around you, cared about you, and respected you. I sobbed at his words. I didn't know how much it would mean to me to hear those words, to hear someone out there seeing you differently, and that they accept you, with a wolf or not. I didn't know how to express how much it meant to me, so I kissed him on the cheek. I didn't know you were that brave to make a move. Hata? Lucas's POV. I meant every word I said. Corey is an amazing, strong, and brave young woman. I know there are a lot of her traits that will show once she takes on the role of being my queen. I know she will be kind and just. She will protect the kingdom as much as I will and love them just like every Daker loves its people. When she leaned in, I thought she would hug me. I didn't expect that her soft lips would touch my cheek. I couldn't speak for a moment and didn't know how to recover. Kiss her back, Callie eagerly said. What? Are you out of your mind? Oh, come on, Lucas. No, it was just in the heat of the moment. Of course not. I can feel she likes us. Just look at her. She is also surprised. This proves my point. She is surprised about it as well. Lucas? Yes, babe. All right, this is awkward. How do you speak to your wolf? What do you mean? I think I can hear Hota. What a double surprise. She kissed me on the cheek and now her wolf appeared. I know Hota said we would meet again soon, but not this soon. Did my words trigger it, or was it the kiss? What did she say? She blushed and said she didn't think I would be brave to make a move. Okay, back to awkward again. Well, I was surprised, babe, but I did not like it. Shh. What was that, Lucas? Ha ha ha, Callie teased. Shush, now we are both beet red. So, I don't know how it works. I just speak to her in my mind. She tried to end the awkwardness. Yup. You picture your wolf and talk to her like she is right in front of you. Go ahead, give it a try, babe. I can see that she is lost in her mind. I bet she was able to connect with her wolf in one try. They are taking their time getting used to this, and I can sense that Corey is overwhelmed by what is happening. After a few minutes, I could see that she was back through the color of her eyes. How was it? How did it feel? It was nice. Hata told me that she could see and hear everything through me. Even now, she told me I wouldn't be able to speak to her sometimes, but she was there. Is it the same for you and Callie? Yes, babe. Ever since I had my wolf, I have been able to speak to him. Callie is talkative and impatient, so I would usually have headaches. Ha! Me? It is the other way around. Oh, really? Yeah, you are the impatient one. You are even itching now to make a move on her. Duh! Oh, shut up. Were you just talking to Callie? Yes, babe. So that's what it looks like. What did it look like? Like you are looking somewhere from afar, but still aware of your surroundings. You are here, but not really here. You are very observant. After a few minutes, we talked more about what we could do because of our werewolf genes. We explored how these genetic traits provide us with heightened senses, increased speed and strength, and the ability to establish a telepathic connection with others. And at that exact moment, I received a message from Silas. Lucas, Lola just woke up. How is she? The doctor is running a few more tests and checking her vitals. So far, everything seems good. All right, I'll tell Corey that and we'll be right there. After discussing Silas's message with Corey, we made plans to visit Lola. We had breakfast and prepared some food for her before heading over. We brought foods that were easier to chew and digest, like soup, dinner rolls, baked fish with vegetables on the side, fruits, and hot tea. When we entered the hospital, Corey ran off to see Lola. Lola, are you okay? How are you? What happened? Babe, you are bombarding her with questions. Slowly. I chuckled. How are you? It's good to see you, Corey. I am feeling better now. Thank you for your and your Majesty's help. I am just glad that you are okay now. Corey and Lola are both sobbing now. They are hugging and comforting each other. Both are relieved to know that both of them are okay. Then, they got into a few more chit-chats while Silas and I discussed our plans. We will continue investigating since we have not yet understood what happened to Lola. Our supposed plan to stay here for 2 weeks will be extended to another 2 or more. I have to talk to their alpha about our stay. Ellie and Tommy will gather information by talking to other members of the pack, while Elias and Iris will investigate the pack's businesses and infrastructure. Got it, Your Majesty. You stay here and try to get some details from Lola. I will tell you that it will be difficult. I learned from Corey's wolf that it was worse than we thought. It would be hard for her. What do you know? He was surprised. It was as we thought. This pack did something horrible to them. I can't go into details here. Who did this to them? At least tell me that, Lucas. All I can say is it went as far back as 6 years ago. It started when Alpha Henry was the leader of this pack. That son of a butch! Silas, keep it down. Until we find enough evidence, we have to lie low. But your majesty, whatever they did is unforgivable. I know. Do you think I will let them get away with treating our mates like that? I would be a freaking saint if I did that. We had more discussions, and the girls had a lot to catch up on. A few moments later, the doctor came in to check on Lola. I also took the opportunity to ask Corey to have a checkup as well. I want to make sure that she is recovering well. She just had her wolf, so it might still take longer for her to heal compared with others. As soon as everything was cleared, we said goodbye to Lola and Silas. Corey promised to be back tomorrow and visit Lola again. We bumped into this pack's alpha on our way back to the cabin. Your Majesty, good morning. I was headed to your cabin to discuss some matters with you. I saw him glance at Corey. When I saw that, I quickly stepped in the middle, blocking his view of Corey. He doesn't deserve to look at Corey much more to breathe the same air as her. Oh, Corey, I am surprised you are here. Are you feeling better? What is it you want to talk about? I asked before Corey could answer. He dares to talk to her like he cares after the hell he and his pack put her through. Disgusting. My father and I thought that since you and the best fighter are here, why not have a drill? We can have some sparring sessions, and you can give us a few training tips so we can be better at fighting rogues. What do you think? I will think about it and discuss it with the group. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, and Corey, I haven't seen you around the pack house. Can you go later? We have something to talk about. Before Corey could answer, I replied instead. No, she won't, and she will never go near that pack house unless she is with me or any of my fighters. And you will never speak to her alone. If you wish to speak to her, you must go through me. I don't understand. She is a member of this pack, Your Majesty. I know, but she is my mate. Corey's POV. Your mate? I can't paint the look on Alpha Austin's face. It was clear that he was taken aback. However, I'm unsure if he is surprised by the fact that I have a second chance mate or that my mate is the Werewolf King. Or maybe by both. Hada added. Probably. But should Lucas have brought it up, he is being possessive, girl. Hada said with a smirk. I love how Hoda and I have been constantly talking. It's nice to have someone I can always talk to. How can that be? Alpha Austin was still dumbfounded. You know how that works, and if you have doubts or questions about it, you can ask the moon goddess yourself. Lucas sounded impatient from having this conversation with Alpha Austin. But what, Alpha? Yup, he is definitely annoyed now. Well, if there is nothing else, we will be taking our leave. My queen needs her rest. I will have my third in command tell you the details of the training. Lucas took my hand and started walking the path to the cabin. Before we got too far, I caught sight of Alpha Austin. He is still standing where we left him. The revelation left him completely frozen in place. Before I realized it, we came to a halt. I bumped into Lucas. I looked up at him and he was looking at me. Is something the matter? You were looking at him. I am not. Do you still feel the mate bond? I mean, between you two? I didn't know how to respond to that. Sometimes when I see him, there is still a tiny sting in my heart, but it will be over in a second. I think there are still some remnants of the bond, but it is not as strong as before. His scent is no longer as strong, and it doesn't have that much effect on me now, unlike Lucas's. When I see him, all I have is indifference. He is still my alpha, so I am sometimes unsure how to talk to him. When I didn't answer, we continued walking back to the cabin. Lucas had been quiet the entire way back. He dropped me in the cabin and told me he needed to do some errands. I was startled when someone called me. Hey, Corey. It was Iris. Oh, hi, Iris. Who left just now? Was it Lucas? Yeah. You look down. What happened? Is Lola okay? The last time I heard, Silas said she had already woken up and all her vitals were good. Yeah, Lola is doing great now. So does it have something to do with why Lucas left after just dropping you here? I nodded in response. You know what? I will call Ellie. Let's do our hair and nails. Okay? After Ellie returned to the cabin from her tasks, we all went out to the town. We walked a couple of streets to the salon. At the establishment's front was a huge neon welcome sign and the salon's name, Goddess. As we walked inside, I could smell the scent of chemicals, shampoos, and other hair products. My, what do we have here? 3 beautiful ladies. A lady in a pink romper said, "I am Lucinda, by the way. What can I do for you, ladies?" "A pleasure to meet you, Lucinda. We are here for haircuts and nail spa." "Definitely. This way, please." Lucinda assisted us and had us all sit in front of a circular mirror. She called in 3 ladies and assigned them to each one of us. The one paired with me looks like she is in her early 20s. She has curly black hair that falls above her shoulders, tan skin, and is shorter than me. I thought I was already short compared to the pack's other females. "Good day, I am Amy. What do you want to do with your hair?" A haircut." "Got it. Is there a specific style you want?" "I don't have any particular style." "It's okay. Well, if you don't mind, I can recommend a couple of styles that fit the shape of your face." I nodded. So Amy helped me settle down. She wrapped a cape around me. She grabbed a few towels and led me to a reclining chair with a sink. She told me to lie down so she could wash my hair. Oh, so this is where they clean or shampoo the client's hair before styling. A few minutes later, I was again sitting on the styling chair while she pulled out a trolley with all the scissors, brushes, hairdryer, and everything he might need. "You have an oval-shaped face that would look good in a classic chic style. I will cut some of your hair, but only a little. And then do a classic layering." She showed me photos of celebrities, royalty, and icons with the same face shape as mine and her recommended style. I liked what she recommended. In the photo, the woman looks elegant, polished, and refined. I hope the new hairstyle will have the same effect on me. So when I agreed, she started cutting my hair. She cut some of them shorter, and she repeated the process. Then another person named Kara is doing my nails. When we were all done, Iris insisted on paying for all of us. She said we deserved this for working hard and was satisfied with the salon's service. I felt pampered and refreshed after the whole thing and hungry. I didn't know our hair and nails could take over an hour to finish. So we decided to grab a snack. Ellie recommended a burger joint where we ordered, burgers and milkshakes. After we took our seats, Iris asked, "So what happened between you and Lucas?" "Oh, something happened, huh?" Ellie's teased. "Hate to break it to you. Yeah, but not like that. I saw them a while ago and something was slightly off," Iris explained to Ellie. "So I told them what happened earlier with Alpha Austin." "Hold on, girl. The Midnight Moon's Alpha was your mate?" Ellie is now shouting, and I believe everyone near our booth could hear her. "Quiet down, Ellie. But I am also surprised, Corey." I didn't expect that." Iris added, "Wait, to get this straight, you and the Alpha were mates before you rejected each other. Then, the Moon Goddess gave you a second chance to mate, which is Lucas." Ellie said, with a bit of exaggeration again. I nodded while sipping on my chocolate milkshake. "Did you or did you not have any feelings for your Alpha?" Iris is always the one asking these kinds of questions. I shook my head. No, I never harbored any romantic feelings for him. "Do you still feel the mate bond?" "You know, Lucas asked the same thing. That's where everything got weird between us." "Well, what did you say?" I didn't. I don't exactly know how to answer his question. I saw both of them looking at each other. "I think our king is anxious and jealous." Ellie wiggled her eyebrows. "Huh?" "Think about it, Corey. You were looking at your ex-mate and didn't answer his question. He is anxious, of course. He might think that the bond is still there. We, werewolves, are possessive. Now he has found his mate. He is scared you might consider returning to the Alpha. The thought alone makes him anxious, jealous, and maybe even furious," Iris added. "But I don't feel that way. It hurt at first, but being with Lucas helped the pain fade. I feel indifferent towards Alpha Austin." "Well, you should tell him that." Iris nodded towards the door. "Then my man." "Hold on, my man. You better tell him that too," Hada teased. How? What? I am hopeless." "He called a while ago looking for you. I told him where we were at." Iris winked. "Since you are here, we will leave her to you. Ciao." Ellie and Iris said goodbye and left. Corey's POV. As soon as Iris and Ellie left us, Lucas sat at the opposite side of the booth. He was quiet, but I could feel he was not as uncomfortable or cold as this morning. Maybe the run helped him cool his head off. And the shower. He smelled good and refreshing, and his hair was still wet. We kept quiet the entire time I was finishing my burger and milkshake. Not a word was spoken between us. "Shall we go somewhere else?" He was the first to break the silence. Yeah, but I am not familiar with this town. Let's go somewhere a bit more quiet, somewhere we can talk without people interrupting us." I nodded. He held his hand for me to reach, and we exited the burger joint. We walked a couple of streets, and I heard a beeping sound. He let go of my hand and opened the car door for me. It was a black SUV that I think can fit about 6 to 8 humans, but only 4 can fit in it if you are a werewolf. It was highly tinted, and I could not see anything outside. In front, it says Jeep. "Is this your car? My father actually first owned this car. That's why it looks old already." "Oh, it looks new to me. I just try to maintain it and seldom use it now. Come on, hop in." As soon as we settled down, Lucas drove. He continued driving until we passed by our pack. I knew we were going somewhere, but did not realize it would be outside the pack's territory. "So where are you taking me?" "It's a secret. I am still trying to figure out where we are going." The whole ride, he was just quiet again. Only the radio was playing in the background, and I just stared out the window. After a while, he stopped the car and went out. He walked over to the passenger side and opened the door for me. As soon as I stepped out, the sound of my footsteps echoed, accompanied by the crunch of the dry leaves beneath my feet. The tall and slender trees towered over the surroundings. Their branches looked like they were reaching toward the sky. We walked deeper into the forest. "Be careful, it gets slippery around here." "You've been here before?" "Yes, just a couple of hours ago," he said with a smile. "When I saw this place, I immediately thought of you, so I hurried back to the cabin, but you weren't there." Yeah, Iris invited us to the salon. I noticed. I love the new hair, by the way. It suits you." "Thank you," I said bashfully. I am glad he liked it. Amy really is an expert. We walked a couple more, and then I started hearing the pounding and the thrashing of the water against the rocks surrounding the water. As I looked up, I was met with the magnificent sight of the towering waterfall cascading down in a mesmerizing display of nature's power and beauty. It looked even more magical, with the bridge in the middle joining 2 mountain crests. Wow! It's so beautiful! I never knew something magical like this existed. I knew you would love it. Thank you for bringing me here, Lucas. You don't have to thank me. We can come here again next time and have a little picnic. Yes, that will be great. I will prepare the food, the mats, and everything else we might need. I said giddily. We haven't left the place, but I am excited about returning. I am glad that you are excited already. Of course, I would be excited if I could go places, as long as you are there with me. I gave him a broad smile. Corey, about a while ago, he paused, contemplating what he wanted to say. I am sorry for acting like that towards you. I should have said something instead of acting cold and distant. I don't know what I will do with this man. He is kind and thoughtful. After talking to Iris and Ellie, I realized I had made a mistake too. I made him feel that way. But instead, he was the one apologizing. I am the one who should be apologizing. Why? You did nothing wrong here. I was the one acting like a jerk. I should have answered when you asked if I can still feel the mate bond. I should have been honest and told you something. I shouldn't have made you doubt it. Oh, goddess, I am such a crybaby. I could feel the tears forming. Hey, babe, look at me. He cupped my face and tilted my head. I continued. The mate bond between me and Alpha Austin, I could still feel it, but only faintly. It is almost close to nothing. I feel indifferent when I see, hear, or be near him. He continued to stare and listen to me. He didn't speak, and so I continued. I let it out and spoke honestly and from the bottom of my heart. I need to tell him. I have known and realized it for a while now. I was scared and anxious, but I could tell him properly. Unlike the first few times after he rejected me, I could easily leave and face him now without feeling anything. He moved closer and pressed his forehead against mine. Thank you. Thank you for telling me this. I feel like a thorn was pulled out from my chest. But I am not done yet. I have other things to say to you. He chuckled. All right, babe, I will hear them all out. I feel sad and lonely when you ignore me and leave my side. Babe, I am sorry. Wait, you have to let me finish, Lucas. I pouted, and all he did was chuckle. But despite that, I am very happy to be with you. I have never felt this happy before. I lost all hope when I was rejected. I thought I would never have what my parents had, but then I met you. You're making my heart pound hard, babe. You're making me love you even more. What? I wasn't able to speak. Did I hear it right? Did he say he loves me? Then I heard him chuckle again. You look surprised. Because I am. Why are you surprised? Because you just said, I don't know how to ask. Confirm? I don't know. I love you, Corey. I know it seems early to say this, but I honestly feel that way about you. He hugged me tightly. You don't have to say anything now. I will wait. Lucas, you really have to let me finish. I playfully smacked his chest. I understand how you feel. I know it is fast, and it feels like we are rushing into things. I am still unsure about many things, but all I know is that I am completely hopelessly and madly in love with you. As if it was not magical enough, he pulled me in, leaned forward, and pressed our lips together. It was a short but sweet kiss. He pressed our foreheads again and whispered my 3 new favorite words, I love you. Content warning. The chapter contains scenes that may trigger or traumatize some readers. Lucas's POV. We were holding hands all the way from the waterfalls to where we were parked, and I was beaming from when we left until we returned to the cabin. It was already sundown when we arrived, and everyone was already preparing for dinner. When they saw us, they immediately knew something good had happened. I guess everything went well, Your Majesty? Iris knowingly asked. I smiled at her, hugged her, and thanked her. When they left the burger joint, she mind-linked me for some advice. She told me to be honest with Corey, to listen to her, and express my thoughts, and that it will all work out. She was right. Everything worked out, and I am now the happiest werewolf alive. Stop grinning. Well, I can't help it, babe. I am happy beyond words, I said as I pulled her to me. Oh, goddess, this is embarrassing. What is embarrassing? I am trying not to laugh now. The public display. Ha ha ha! Don't worry. You'll get used to it. I winked at her, and that made her blush even more. Easy now, lovebirds. You can do all your lovey-dovey later. Tommy teased. All right, dinner is ready. Iris called out to everyone. After dinner, Ellie and Tommy washed the dishes, while Iris prepared Silas and Lola's dinner. She and Elias would bring it to them later. Iris ensures there's plenty of food for both of them and a couple of extra snacks in case they get hungry again. I mind-linked Silas to check on the situation. Silas, how's everything? How is Lola? She's doing better. The doctor injected an IV into her, and I guess it's working. The doctor said if this continues, she can get discharged in a day or 2. That's great to hear. I am sure Corey would be happy as well. Yeah, thank you, Lucas. Tell Corey thanks as well. This is so unlike you. Anyway, Iris and Elias are coming to bring some food. Thank you. Once you guys are back, there are things we need to do. Their alpha asked us to train the pack. They want sessions, one-on-one combat, and all that. Oh, that's interesting. I know, and I have a plan. Whatever that is, I am sure you are up to no good. I can feel his smirk even from the mind link. Time for a little revenge, don't you think? Are you sure it is just a little? No promises. I informed Corey that Lola was getting better and could be discharged soon. Once Lola has been discharged, she will stay in one of the rooms here in the cabin. We would not allow her to stay anywhere else after what happened. But aside from this, other Omegas also need our help. I let Corey settle down and go to bed first. I knew she was tired. I called everyone except for Silas and asked for a status report. What have we gathered so far? Okay, I tried reaching out to the female pack members, using my charm and all. We tried being friendly with them. Nothing unusual was brought up except for the lavish lifestyle the Alpha and his family live. Tommy spoke first about this investigation. He continued, They said that for their Alpha's 18th birthday, there were a lot of luxury items gifted to him, which included a luxurious car. What else? Elias and I have been looking around the pack's territory. Most of the members' houses have been repainted, and according to some, the Alpha provides them with a budget or allowance in case something needs to be fixed. But when we entered some of the houses, I could tell that the materials used were low quality. I have to check with their contractor or architect about this, Elias added. Good, please do so, and have someone from our team cross-check this as well. Your Majesty, what is it, Ellie? Did you find anything? She nodded. When Lola was brought to the hospital, I ran into a middle-aged Omega. She was looking for Lola. I asked her if she knew what had happened to her. Ellie was hesitant, or rather taken aback, by what she had learned. Ellie, relax. Iris encouraged her to continue. She told me she had been coming to Lola's room to treat her wounds. Every night after Lola's duties, she would end up having a bruise or two. One day, she passed the pack house and saw Alpha Henry pulling Lola's hair. Based on the rumors, Lola was accused of stealing food and breaking a couple of expensive dishes. She couldn't do anything for poor Lola. Ellie started sobbing, recalling the story. Everyone in the room was astounded by what we heard. This has to stop. They can't keep doing this to any child, women, or weaker wolves. I snarled at every word I said. I am beyond outraged. What's our plan? Elias asked. I brought up the proposition that their Alpha Austin brought up. This would be a good opportunity for them to taste their own medicine. I am a forgiving king for those who deserve it, but punishment shall be brought upon those without conscience and those who hurt those weaker. During the first sessions, I will have Iris and Ellie lead the training for the women, including Omegas. I want them to be able to protect themselves in case of a rogue attack. Yes, Your Majesty. Tommy, you lead the younger males and new fighters in the training. At the same time, Elias and I will work closely with their guards, fighters, and the Alpha. As for the next sessions, we will see how well they absorbed all they learned. We will have a round-robin tournament. Then we will demonstrate a rogue attack at the last training session. We will be acting as rogues in this play, and we will make it seem as if rogues were attacking them. Hey, shh, how are we going to attack them? Iris asked. Based on the first sessions, we need to identify the weaker ones and conspire with them to act as the victims. Have kids and women join too. This will be a big play where the main actors are the Alpha's family. I grinned as I thought of this plan. But in reality, this is your revenge on them? Yes, Tommy. No one except for us would know the real motive behind this, and if they do figure it out, it will all be over for them. Their corruption and abuse will be exposed by then. Damn, I am glad I am not on the other side of the fence. Are you planning to tell Corey about this? Iris was concerned that it might affect my relationship with Corey. I will have to tell her. Aside from being my mate, she should know about these things as the future queen. I will also ask her to join some of the training. All right, then that settles everything. I will talk to their Alpha tomorrow, and we will commence as soon as we are done with the preparation. Questions? None, Your Majesty. Then the meeting is adjourned. Corey's POV. I woke up to the sound of footsteps. After our dinner, I went straight up and took a quick bath. I tried to watch a couple of episodes of a series that Iris and Ellie recommended, but I fell asleep afterward. Lucas said he would meet with his group about Alpha's proposition for training. He told me to rest first because the meeting might take long. Sorry if I woke you. Get back to sleep now. He quietly said, No, it's okay. How was the meeting? I will let you know about it tomorrow, okay? All right, you better rest too, I said, still half awake. I will. I have a few documents to check and sign. All right, good night. Good night, babe. And he kissed me on the forehead. The sun is up. I was blinded by its brightness when I opened my eyes. I looked around, but Lucas was not in his usual spot, the couch. He insisted that unless I am ready, he would sleep on the couch. I kind of feel sorry for him because he is so tall and huge, and he tries to fit himself on the small couch. I will have to convince him to stay in bed. I can sleep on the couch. After a few minutes, I got up, fixed the bed, did some stretching, and went down to look for him. I bumped into Elias on my way to the living room. Good morning, Your Majesty, he greeted. Good morning to you too, Elias, and please call me Corey. He seemed to be contemplating it. Have you seen Lucas? Yes, he left a few minutes ago. He needs to meet with the Alpha for the training session. Oh, all right, I will just wait for him. It might take a while. Why not join me and Iris for breakfast? Sure, why not? We went to the kitchen where Iris was cooking bacon and eggs. I helped toast the slices of bread, placed the plates on the table, and took out the juice. Ellie and Tommy joined us at the table. We chatted for a while, and they told me about some of the stuff they discussed last night. Okay, I will ask Lucas later for the other details. Thanks, guys. Corey, do you want to go to the hospital with me and Tommy? We will bring some food for Silas and Lola, Ellie offered. I would love to. I'll just change. I went upstairs and changed into jeans and a white puffed sleeve blouse. I put on a pair of white sneakers and tied my hair up. When I went down, the twins were already waiting in the kitchen with the basket in hand. Shall we? Tommy asked. Ellie and I nodded. We brought food and a change of clothes for Silas and Lola. Often it was Iris and Elias who went to the hospital, but they need to meet with a contractor or something outside of town. This is the first time I am bonding with the twins, so I took the chance to get to know them. So, have you met your mates? Not yet, they both answered at the same time. We just turned 18 a few months ago. Oh, so we're about the same age. I always thought you were the same age as the others. Ha ha ha! This is what happens when we hang out all the time with them, Ellie said to Tommy. People would think we're old like them. We all laughed at this. Who are you calling old? A voice interrupted our laughter. Lucas. Hey, babe. He greeted me with a kiss on my forehead. I could get used to this kind of greeting. You all going to the hospital? Yes, we are on our way now. I am also on my way there. I have to talk to Silas. We were all walking together. But Lucas pulled me and started walking slowly so the twins would get ahead. How was your morning, babe? It was good. I ate breakfast with everyone. How's yours? Tiring, but all better now since I saw your face. He beamed at me. How was the meeting? They told me a little about your meeting last night. It went well. They were excited about the sessions we prepared. We talked about the schedule of the training, the venue, and who will be attending. So when will we start? We? He raised one of his eyebrows and smirked at me. Yes, I want to train too. I will let you join, but on one condition. What is it? Go on a date with me. I blushed at his condition. Okay, just one date, I teasingly said. What is in exchange for a second date and a kiss? Lucas, I am serious here, babe. A raspberry mousse. Right. I want a raspberry mousse for a second date. And a kiss, right? I will think about it. He was taken aback by how I was playing hard to get. We laughed at how cheesy we sounded. We reached the hospital and went straight to Lola's room. When I saw her, she looked better. I can see the color come back to her cheeks. It was pale before, but now it is rosy. I can also see that the bruises are lighter now. She is recovering well. Thank you, Moon Goddess. Hi, Lola. How are you feeling today? I am feeling a lot better. Thank you, Corey. I'm glad to hear that. Just listen to the doctor, okay? She nodded. The doctor said that she can be discharged by tomorrow. Silas joined in the conversation. Hey, Silas. Hi, Your Majesty. We haven't talked quite yet. Please, Corey is fine, and it's okay. I have never really thanked you yet for taking care of Lola. One day I asked Lucas why he had tasked Silas to care for Lola. To my surprise, Silas did it on his own. No one asked him to take care of Lola. Then, Lucas told me that Silas is Lola's mate. Lola may not be aware of it yet, but I think she is beginning to feel a connection with Silas and even starting to develop feelings for him. Should we throw a party for Lola's discharge? Ellie excitedly said. Oh no. Please, there is no need. You have done so much for me. You don't have to worry about that. Your Majesty, I don't want to burden you and everyone else. Don't overthink it. Both you and Corey have been recovering well, so we want to celebrate it. We can have a simple dinner in the cabin if you would like. I sensed Lola's hesitance about the party and reassured her that she would not be a burden. Everyone would be glad to have her there and celebrate her recovery, especially me. We left as soon as the visitation hours were over. Lucas and Silas were able to catch up on the upcoming training and other plans they were working on. As soon as we were out and on our way to the cabin, I thanked Lucas. Thank you, Lucas. Really. For what, babe? For everything. For taking care of me and Lola. I don't know how to repay you. Anything for you, babe. And you don't have to do anything to repay me, okay? Unless you insist, I might have something in mind. He smirked. What is it? And why do I feel like you are scheming something? Ha ha ha! I am just kidding, babe. Everything I do is to make you happy and ensure your safety. Got it? Got it, babe. I winked to tease him more. Corey's POV. Lola will be discharged today, and everyone is busy preparing for our mini celebration tonight. Iris, Elias, and I went to the market to buy the ingredients for our dinner. We planned to have steak with potato marbles on the side, creamy white chicken lasagna, a Caesar salad, and a cake. At the same time, Ellie and Tommy went to buy party decor. After we bought everything, we agreed to meet at a nearby cafe. The three of us arrived first and went to order coffee. Oh shoot, I forgot to buy the drinks for later. I will be back soon. Iris jumped from her seat. Hold on, I am coming with you, Elias said. No need, stay with Corey. It's okay, go with Iris. I think the twins are coming soon. I reassuringly said. Oh, all right, we will be back soon. I stayed in the cafe and looked out the window. I see the town and the people here. I have been with the pack for 6 years, but it is only recently that I have seen other parts of it. I am glad Lucas found us. Hoda said, Me too. I don't know where we would be if it weren't for him. I wouldn't have met you too, Hoda, if not for him. I know, so I think we had better surprise him next time with something. And by the way, do you know when his birthday is? Shoot, I haven't asked him yet. Should we ask Iris or the twins? Yeah, that's much better. All right, I will ask them later. Oh, I don't like who's coming. Who? My talk with Hoda was interrupted when a shadow loomed over me. What a coincidence. It is the pack's favorite Omega. That high-pitched voice came from no other than Chloe. I didn't expect you would be here, and you have the money for... She's counting the coffees on the table. For 5 coffees. Wow, hungry much? Chloe laughed, and her so-called friends laughed. I chose not to respond or acknowledge their offensive remarks. I kept my head low and let them say whatever they wanted. Although it is getting embarrassing because people are starting to pay attention to us. They were giving curious glances at us and were determined to know what was going on. So, have you gone mute now? Chloe sounded irate. Hey, your Luna is talking to you. Show her some respect, Nathalie demanded. She is still ignoring you, Chloe. Maybe she really has gone mute. Ha ha ha, Mandy added. You think you can get away from this? We will tell Austin about how you treat your Luna. Tsk. I don't care who is saying what now. Suddenly, I sensed a sensation of coldness and dampness. I could hear the sound of people gasping and murmuring. Oops, my hand slipped. Chloe was acting innocent, then all of them laughed. What do you think you are doing? At the sound of the voice, everyone turned around. The 3 ladies were too stunned to speak and did not move an inch when Iris, Elias, and even Ellie and Tommy. The 5 of them came to our table with the stuff they bought. I am asking you, what were you doing? It was Iris. She spoke with such authority that none of them were able to answer. Do I have to ask everyone in this cafe and look at the CCTV? Better tell me now or else. Who the heck are you to speak to our Luna like that? You're just an envoy of the king. Oh. Nathalie shouldn't have said that. They think highly of themselves. Aside from the king, they think they are the most powerful ones. They do not even know how important they are to Lucas and me. How dare they degrade them like that? I would be careful with what I say if I were you, I spoke this time. Oh, the Omega could talk after all. Oh, my goddess. These girls are really something, huh? Ellie was getting mad. What? We are telling the truth. She is an Omega. She ignored our Luna, thus disrespecting her. We didn't even do anything wrong here. Chloe was really prideful. Chloe, what's taking you so long? I thought you... Alpha Austin stopped when he saw all of us. The Omega disrespected me. What? Apologize now. Yeah, apologize now. Your Alpha commanded you. Nathalia and Mandy spoke at the same time. No, Chloe, apologize to her. Why? She should be the one apologizing. Chloe whined. Just, you know what, let's go, now. But before they left, he turned towards me and said, I am sorry for whatever Chloe said or did to you. Austin, you didn't have to. Go, now. As soon as they left, Ellie and Iris helped me get cleaned up. At the same time, the boys prepared to leave. Everyone had calmed down already, or so I thought. She sure was lucky that their Alpha saved her ass, or else I would have kicked it. She was so infuriating, and what she did to you. Wait till Lucas hears about this. Iris was still fired up. Oh no, Iris, let's not tell Lucas about this. Why? I don't want to make trouble. But Corey, he should know. They disrespected you, their queen. It is unforgivable. Iris, I am not yet queen, and I don't think they know about it. Okay, fine. But, or not, they shouldn't treat people like that. Yeah, Iris is right. I was controlling my wolf from coming out. If the Alpha didn't appear on time, she wouldn't be able to show her face for a while. Ellie is aggressive as ever. Yeah, go, lil sis. I'll back you up. All right, enough. We are almost near. We have a celebration to prepare for. But, Your Majesty, I agree with Iris. You should tell Lucas. Fine, I will, but not today. I don't want to spoil the mood for everyone, okay? I am glad that settles it. I just have to think about how to tell Lucas without him going berserk. I've decided to wait until tomorrow morning to tell him. Right now, I shift my attention to Lola and our dinner. Upon our return, everyone immediately began preparations for the evening. Lola and Silas would arrive at 6 in the evening, so everything should have been done by then. Lucas even helped us for a bit after his meeting with the council. You doing good, babe? Yup. Just finishing a few dishes and we're done. That's great. I'm sorry if I couldn't help. I also need to return for another meeting and a few documents they need in the kingdom. It's okay, we got everything under control. Just as expected from my mate, who smells like coffee. Just what I needed. What? I washed my hair and changed into clothes before heading down. As much as I love to smell the caffeine off you, duty calls. I'll get this done quickly. See you in a bit, babe. He kissed my forehead before going upstairs. Whoa! That was close. A few hours later, we were finally done, and we have about 30 minutes to spare before Lola and Silas arrive. I went to our room to shower quickly to remove the coffee smell. I shampooed my hair and scrubbed my body twice, just to be sure. When I was done preparing, I headed down. Lola and Silas will arrive anytime soon. Everyone is now gathered in the living room, including Lucas, who also took a quick shower and changed clothes. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. The doors opened, and everyone shouted, "Congratulations!" while we pulled the party poppers. Lola and Silas knew about the dinner but were still surprised by how we greeted them. The night went on. We played games, organized by Tommy, had dinner, and watched a movie in the living room. A lot has happened today, but I am glad we were able to end the night well. Good luck tomorrow, girl. Did you have to remind me, Hada? I sighed, knowing there was no escaping this. Lucas's POV. We were on our 8th day. The first 5 days were challenging, with the pack members needing to learn the basics and keeping them in line. We saw progress on the 6th day. Most are now consistent, have found their forms, and defend themselves in one-on-one combat. They were also taught what to do when a surprise attack or someone was taken hostage. We also had to take a 1-day break because the members complained about body aches. But overall, I am glad to see we are progressing. We covered anything that we could cover during the first few days. As for Corey and me, I'm glad we could still have some time together. She was one of the few pack members that immensely improved. There was more power in her punches and kicks. That's right, babe. Just twist your arms when you are going to throw your punch. I demonstrated it to her so she would better understand. Oh, all right, got it. Then she proceeded to do the notion. Now, try adding more power to it. She threw in a punch, and the bag swayed. That's it, babe. Same with your kicks. Maintain the form and add more power when launching an attack. You are doing so great. Thank you, Lucas. I pecked her cheeks in response. Lucas, PDA! I laughed at her protest. She was beet red, and I couldn't help but tease her more. Get used to it, babe. I want everyone to know you are mine. I winked at her. For the past few days, I have been showering her with kisses and displaying public affection. Aside from people still doubting our relationship, a certain alpha keeps looking at her. He keeps stealing glances at Corey. When I looked at the alpha, he had a face of disappointment, hurt, and regret. Too late, Alpha. She's mine now. By 9 in the morning, everyone had arrived. Today is the second part of the training program. We have organized a round-robin tournament where everyone can participate and display their new set of skills in front of the whole pack. Listen up, everyone. Today, we will have a match to determine how much you have learned and for you to showcase your strengths. With the exemption of the minors and elderly pack members, you will have to fight with an unknown opponent. And to know who that will be, you have to pick a number from the box. Those with the same number must battle in the center ring. Silas announced the mechanics. Can we fight in our wolf form? One of the pack members asked. There will be 2 rounds for each match. The first is to fight in your human form and the other in your wolf form. You are given 15 minutes for each round. Expect to get injured, but We will not allow anyone to call another member to win. Those who cannot fight or surrender will move to the next level. Other questions? How about those without wolves? As expected, I knew someone would ask this. They will have to fight in their human form. They have to think of a way to defeat the rogues. Being a good fighter is not just about strength or power. It also comes with critical thinking and strategizing, I answered. Anything else? None of them asked further questions, so we started the draw. People who had selected a number were now scanning the room to identify their opponent. Some are already disheartened from knowing their opponents, and some are up for the challenge. We gave them a few minutes to settle down and find their seats to observe the match. Now we will start the matches. Tommy will be the referee, while me, Elias, and the king will oversee the matches and have the right to stop them, Silas announced. For the first match, pair number 1, please enter the ring. Ellie, the MC, called on the first pair. 2 men stood. From the looks of it, the other seemed to have an advantage. He was one of the fighters in the pack, and we observed he had tremendous strength. On the other hand, his opponent has no experience in close combat. He was at a disadvantage considering the experience and strength of his opponent. Fighters, are you ready? Both nodded and went to their stance position. On the screen, it showed their names. John, an experienced fighter, will face off with Drew. Ding! 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 When the bell rang, they circled each other, observing the movements and waiting for someone to make the first move. John tried to move forward and surprise Drew with an attack. They continued to circle each other. Minutes later, Drew made the first attack with a right hook. But being the experienced fighter he is, John is able to defend himself. Round 1 was over. Drew had a few bruises but could still fight in the second round. Their wolves also exhibited power and strength. They showed different strikes and defensive tactics throughout the match. The fight between John and Drew came to an end when John landed a combination of strikes that caused Drew to fall over. The series of matches went on. There were matches between different genders, ages, and even between mates. Some unexpected matches surprised the whole crowd, and the rest, the outcome was just as expected. The 3 of us continued to observe everyone's strengths and weaknesses. After this session, the observations and assessments will be presented to both them and the alpha. That was the end of match 21. Congratulations, Matt. You will be moving to the next round. Ellie announced the winner. Now let's have our pair number 22. Please come up on stage. I didn't know what number Corey got, so when I saw her standing, I immediately shifted my focus to the ring. Corey has natural strength and power, but it doesn't mean I would not worry about her. I know she can do it now more than ever. I think she can survive round 1, but not so sure in round 2. Can she even survive? How can she fight her opponent's wolf in human form? Maybe the king will stop the fight even before round 2. Of course, he will be protective of his mate. People have been whispering their doubts and speculations about this fight. Most of them doubted her abilities because they think she doesn't have her wolf yet. That's where they were wrong. They were wrong to think that Corey was weak, and they were wrong to think that Corey cannot fight in her wolf form. Because who wouldn't if all these times they knew her wolf did not exist and that she was able to shift just recently? A few days ago, Corey collapsed due to extreme pain. I quickly picked her up and put her to bed. That was when I noticed that the white fur on her arms and her eyes had changed from brown to amber. She was shifting. Hada wants to be out. I could hear bones breaking, and more of her fur appeared. Her ears and tail popped. Corey kept on screaming as she shifted into her wolf. I stood beside her to ease the pain, and slowly she was on all 4s. She gazed up at the moon and let out a howl that echoed through the stillness of the night. Corey's POV, flashback. After the celebration, everything went well. We started with the training program. Lucas surprised me with his public display of affection. I didn't expect him to hold my hands and kiss me in front of everyone. This man is really something. The day went on. I was in Iris's group, and she was a good leader. She kept a close watch on everyone and helped us with our forms. I was sitting on the bench and catching my breath when Lucas announced we were done for the day. Everyone, that concludes our first day. Take a hot shower to reduce muscle soreness, and more importantly, rest. That's all. Have a good afternoon." Members stood up and went to leave the arena. Before I left, I went to where Lucas was. They were in the middle of their post-training discussion. "Hey, sorry to interrupt. Lola and I will be going back first. Is that all right?" "Sure." "Babe, be careful on your way back." "All right, thank you. I'll see you at the cabin." "We'll make this quick, babe." And he pecked me on the cheek. "Oh, goddess." Lola and I walked back to the cabin. We were both exhausted, and our bodies were aching throughout, but it felt good. I had no idea about the positive sensation that exercising and training brought me. "I don't know if I can do this again tomorrow," Lola exhaustingly said. "Me too. My whole body is aching, but the most sore one is my back. I need that shower quickly." "Same. I think I will sleep after that shower." As soon as we reached the cabin, we headed up, said goodnight, and went to our rooms. I immediately went to the bathroom to prepare and warm the bath. When I went into the tub, I felt the heat from the water, and it was so relaxing. I felt some of the tightness in my muscles loosen. I changed into my pajamas and dried my hair as soon as I was done. I lay down and tried to get some sleep, but my body was still aching. Then Lucas entered the room. "Hi, babe. Surprised you're still awake. I am trying to sleep, but my whole body hurts. I stretched after the training and took a warm bath." "It is common, especially if you haven't done any workouts before. Don't worry, I will give you a massage. I'll take a quick shower. Okay?" "Uh-huh." I was too tired to say another word. I heard the shower turned off and the rustling of the fabrics after a few minutes. "All right, babe, where does it hurt?" "My back. It hurts so badly." I was whining, but it really hurts. It was not like this a while ago. "Okay, babe, try lying face down." So I did. "Babe, I have to pull your clothes up. Only, half so I can pour some massage oil." "Uh-huh." I felt my clothes being pulled up, and as promised, it was only halfway. I can smell the fragrance coming from the oil. It smells relaxing. Soon after, he started spreading the oil around my back. He was gliding from the bottom of my back and moving upward. He repeated this for about 3 to 5 minutes. Ah! We were both surprised by the sound I made. I blushed out of embarrassment, and he stopped massaging me for a few seconds. Was the pressure okay for you, babe?" "Ah, yes." It was definitely awkward at that moment. He continued to massage me by doing circular strokes starting from my waist and across my entire back for another 5 minutes. I was feeling better, and some of the pain had been lifted. He massaged me for another 10 minutes, and I felt better. It was relaxing that I fell asleep without knowing and thanking him. I remembered the door being shut. Where is he going at this time? Those were my last thoughts before I drifted to sleep. The next day, I found out Lucas slept in his office. When I talked to him, everything seemed to be fine between us, but it was still a bit awkward because of last night. So, I talked to the girls and asked them for advice. Ellie almost spat out her drink. "Ha ha ha! Of course! He will distance himself, or else he might attack you." I blushed at the realization. "Oh, my goddess. Haven't you thought about it, Corey?" Hada said this time. "No, it hasn't entered my mind. We have been taking things slow. Yes, we kissed, but that is another thing. Sooner or later we have to mate with him, you know." "Hota!" "What? Let's not think about it. You were the one thinking about it," she said with a sly smile. "You don't have to worry about anything, dear." Lucas was just being careful. Iris comforted me, just what she said, and it is normal for most men, you know. "Ellie, what?" "What?" We all laughed at our conversation over breakfast. I was glad that the boys went ahead to prepare for the second day. We were on our 4th day, and according to Iris, I showed improvement. But during those times, my body pain was worsening. The pain only eased out when Lucas gave me a massage or was near me. "Does it still hurt, babe?" "Yes. So much. Lucas, this is worse than the last time." "Okay, I will go get the doctor." I stopped him before he could even leave. "No, just stay here. It gets worse when you are not around or not holding me. I will mind-link someone to get the doctor." The doctor came and did a round of checkups. He said everything seemed fine, but he took a blood sample to run some tests and confirm it. He gave me some medicine to ease the pain. As soon as he left, I lay on the bed. My clothes were slightly pulled up. I heard a gasp from behind me. "What is it, Lucas?" "Fur." "What fur?" "There's fur on your back. What does it mean?" "Babe, I think you are about to shift." "I'm what?" Before I realized what was happening, I was screaming. I heard the cracking of my bones. I was unsure what was happening, and it hurt so much I could barely hear what Lucas was saying. Right, here, calm. What? Babe, hold. I couldn't hear anything above my scream. Corey, relax. Focus on Lucas's voice. It would help, Hada said. Breathe in. Breathe out, babe. There you go. I can feel my body relaxed. Soon I felt like I was being pushed back. I felt my bones breaking and saw Hoda's snout come out, and soon after, I was on all fours. I was seeing everything from Hoda's point of view. She looked around and saw Lucas. His face was completely amazed and happy. Hoda moved to the window, gazed at the sky, and released a joyful howl towards the moon. It was tiring, but today I felt whole. Lucas's POV. Corey's shift took a toll on her body, but she recovered faster now. Ever since the shift, we noticed she was much faster and stronger. She was also recovering more quickly than before. After our training, we go to the woods so she can get used to shifting. How am I going to shift? Close your eyes, babe. She slowly closed her eyes. And think that you are a wolf. Think about Hoda. Slowly, let your body relax and shift, I added. It was difficult the first few tries, but eventually Corey could shift into her wolf smoothly. And in the woods, our wolves ran around and rolled in the grass. They had been waiting for this, and finally, they met. Ready, fighters? Ellie's voice brought me back to the present. Corey was now in the ring, face to face with this pack's alpha. I focused on her when Ellie announced the next pair and noticed Corey standing up. I only realized that she would face Austin when everyone started discussing it. She's going to fight our alpha. One member was surprised. How is she going to handle it? If I were her, I would have surrendered by now. There's no way an Omega could fight against an alpha. It's easy to predict who's going to win. I doubt there will be round 2. I was surprised, but I know Corey can handle it. These people don't even know what they are talking about. Corey is so much more powerful now. She has beta blood on her, and that look on her face, she was already studying her opponent and strategizing. She was very determined to win this. She's breathing in and out to calm her nerves down, and when the bell rang, she immediately switched to her defense position. She knew the defense would play a key role in her game plan. Are you not going to stop the fight? Silas mind-linked me. I thought about it, but she'll be mad if I did. Sure about that? Yeah, we talked about it. She will do this no matter what, so who am I to stop her? But if I see anything inappropriate, I'll snap the alpha's neck. Just thinking about it made me wonder if I should stop the fight. Just as I thought, I saw him shake his head. In a matter of moments, I saw the alpha make a move. He tried to sidestep, but Corey easily moved her body to avoid any attacks. This match was nerve-wracking for me. They are now at the 5-minute mark, with no attacks from either. They circled each other again, but Austin sprinted toward Corey this time and landed a combo attack. He cornered Corey and continued to land jabs and kicks. Damn it, I couldn't help but curse. Your Majesty. Elias tried to calm me down. I know, but damn! I expressed my frustration by slamming the armchair. A few pack members near us heard me and turned their heads in my direction. I sat down and continued to watch how Corey would react. Austin continued to hit her sides, trying to break her defense. That's gonna leave a mark, Kali commented. I know, and I am trying so badly not to go there and stop this match. She can handle it, Lucas. She's our freaking mate. It has been 10 minutes now and Corey hasn't attacked, but Austin was slowing down. That's when I realized that she was trying to tire him down. With the continuous strikes and combos, she knew Austin would eventually lose energy. This was a gamble for her. Just as I thought, when Austin slowed down on his attacks, Corey threw a right hook and knee. This caught Austin off guard, and he stumbled. Yes, that's it, babe. Your Majesty, please calm down. Did you see that? Ha! That's my girl. Silas and Elias just shook their heads and tried hard not to laugh. Corey continued to land strike after strike at Austin. One punch landed on his cheek. Everyone gasped in surprise when they saw their alpha punched in the face. When Corey was about to land another kick, the bell rang. Round 1 was over. At the end of the first round, both catch their breath and prepare for the next round. I quickly went to Corey's side and gave her encouragement. You did well, babe. That was a gamble, but it worked. You made me so proud. I helped her wipe her sweat and gave her a drink, and she was breathing heavily. T thought it would work. Breathe in, breathe out, babe. I am nervous. I am unsure. If I could shift. Relax, babe. Continue with the breathing exercise. And don't forget about our practice these past few days. Think about Hota. Think that you are a wolf, okay? Ting, ting, ting. That signals the start of the second round. Good luck, babe. You can do it. As soon as they entered, Austin shifted into his wolf. He is trying to strike fear into Corey. He was trying to dominate the ring by showing her how big an alpha wolf could be. Again, people whispered and murmured about how this fight would end. I watched how Corey would react. But her face didn't say anything. She was not fazed or intimidated by this at all. Shift! 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 The crowd chanted in unison in the arena. They ridiculed someone they believed didn't have a wolf. Ellie attempted to halt their chanting and noise-making, but no one listened. All were completely stunned and were left unspoken by her transformation. Even Austin didn't expect that he would come face-to-face with a wolf, Corey's wolf. Enough! I growled. A hush fell over the group and no one uttered a word. All right, we will proceed with the battle. If you surrender, just raise your hand, and the match will end. Okay? Ready? Fight. As soon as it left Ellie's mouth, Corey shifted. She was standing loud and proud on all fours. No one expected this, even Ellie, Iris, Silas, Lola, Elias, and Tommy. No one knew that she had shifted. With disbelief in everyone, Hota used this opportunity to attack Austin. She jumped in front and pushed his wolf. Good one, babe, try to bite him, whispering to myself. Hota made another swift attack, charging forward. She tried to bite one of his legs this time, but he defended himself and quickly changed position. Austin's wolf is a bit bigger than Hota, and given his alpha blood, he is faster and more agile. They once again circled each other. Hota kept trying to strike forward, but Austin showed great defense. What are you waiting for? People were starting to protest. Come on, stop running in circles. Alpha, show her what you've got. A few of them earned a glare from me. Then, in my periphery, I saw movement. Both wolves seemed to be engaged in close combat now. They were attempting to sink their teeth into one another's skin. All of a sudden, we heard a hurtful howl and blood splattered in the ring. Was it Hota's? I don't know, and I can't see it. They are still biting each other off. Damn. Then, Austin's wolf put some distance between him and Hota. When he walked, he was limping. Therefore, the one injured was Austin. I looked closer at his injury. Blood continued to flow out of his leg. Hota successfully landed a powerful strike on his wolf. And as if she read my mind, Hota launched yet another attempt. With his injury, Austin could not quickly avoid Hota's advances. He snarled when Hota bit his tail. He attempted to retaliate, but she swiftly evaded his attacks. 5 minutes left. The time remaining could make it or break it for Corey. Austin knew this. He swiftly moved side to side and tried to confuse Hota. He bit Hota's side, which earned her an angry snarl. She tried to shake him off, but Austin's wolf was trying to hold on. Come on, babe. You can do this, I cheered for Corey. Then, Hota positioned herself like she was about to charge forward. She put her paws in a running position, then ran in circles. I realized what she was doing. She was putting more speed, and she ran for a few more. Then she stopped. Austin's wolf flew to the other side of the ring. Ellie went to where his wolf was and started counting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. He couldn't move. Ting, ting, ting. That ends the match. Austin couldn't move, so that meant Corey won the match. Match number 22 is now over. The winner of this battle is Corey Hemmings. The crowd was initially taken aback, but once they grasped what had happened, they erupted in cheers and shouts of joy throughout the entire arena. I quickly entered the ring and joined Corey. She had already shifted back, and Ellie covered her with a blanket. Congratulations, babe. I knew you could do it. I hugged her tightly. Thank you. I couldn't believe it. Did I really win? Yes, babe, you did. You are the winner. Lucas's POV. Corey's win has been the talk of the town for these past few days. After she won, some tried to congratulate her and cheered for her. She returned them all with a smile on her face, but of course, some were still in disbelief. I bet she cheated. One whispered loudly enough for us to hear. Yeah, since she got the king's support, no one would dare stand against her. She would not be able to defeat our alpha like that. This is impossible. Austin is an alpha. How dare she? Obviously, it was Chloe who said that. Corey and I won't mind them for now. She also received a few bite marks from Austin, so she needs to get treated. As for Austin, the medic quickly rushed to him when the match was over. He lost blood, but it was not alarming. He even regained consciousness a few minutes after the match. He didn't recall what happened after he felt like being thrown. After Corey and Austin's match, the energy of the other participants was on the roof. Some even tried to replicate Corey's tactic. Some succeeded, but some failed to execute it. 3 more days went on for the tournament. Corey lost during the semifinals. She was defeated by John, who won the first match. Wow, he's really good. The moment I saw him, I knew I would lose. Corey acknowledged John's strength. He is the best fighter in the pack, after all. And he was a great guy. How so? I can't hide the little jealousy I am feeling. After the match, he congratulated me and said I did well. He told me it was an opportunity to fight the future queen. Ha ha ha! What else? I perked one of my eyebrows up. Come on, Lucas, he was just a good sport. You're so funny. I am funny, and he is a great guy. Oh, goddess. Ha ha ha! Whatever, Lucas, you know what I mean. She finds this conversation funny. Whatever you say, babe. On the 3rd day, John was announced the overall champion of the tournament. There was no doubt about that, and everybody expected the outcome. With that, the tournament came to an end. We let everyone take a 2-day break to recuperate and rest before the last session. As planned, Iris and Elias talked to everyone and informed them of our assessment and their roles in the simulation. While Silas, the twins, and I made the final preparations, we talked to most of the members who participated in the tournament, Silas said. Were you able to divide who will be the rogues and who are not? Yes, Your Majesty. We have also assigned who will be patrolling the borders that time, Tommy answered. How about the Alpha and his family? We did inform them of the simulation, but they were unaware of when it would happen. The only members who knew about it would be those that would be on our side. Good. Everything is set. Call on the rogues so we can meet outside of the borders, but tell them to make it discreet. Got it, Your Majesty. We gathered everyone a few miles away from the pack's territory. Silas informed everyone of the plan, when to attack, and made it as real as possible. So are we going to attack our family and friends? Yes, some, if not all, of you will have to fight with your closest family and friends. They have to fight you too. To determine who wins and loses in this game, you must tie them with a rope and mark them with red paint. As long as you tie them up, there is no need for further brawls. Most are ecstatic. The moment it struck 7 in the evening, I gave everyone the signal. We donned camouflage and approached the border. To proceed, we need to divert the attention of the patrollers and encourage them to move away from their current locations. Once we approached the border, the patrollers became aware and vigilant. This is our chance. Those handling the first stage surprised them and landed an attack. We encountered a bit of a fight, but eventually we could enter the area. Before I separated myself from the team, I pulled Corey beside me. Be careful, babe. The twins will be with you. You too, babe. I'll see you once the game is over. A loud alarm sounded, indicating that the pack was under attack. The members of the pack quickly went outside and assumed their designated positions. The 2 teams engaged in a fight. I saw the red and blue team members tied up and marked with the opponent's colors. However, I have yet to see their Alpha. Come out, wherever you are, Alpha. Where are you hiding, Alpha? Hunting out the Alpha is my top priority. I went up and tried looking at his office. I searched for him in the pack house, but he was not there. Not even his Luna can be found anywhere. What could he have up his sleeve? As I ventured further into the woods, I eventually came across the target I was searching for. He was in the middle of a battle with 3 wolves from my team. I have finally found you, Alpha. I have been looking for you. Your Majesty, I've got my hands full here. Let me help you with that. I signaled for the 3 wolves to get out of there. Your Majesty? Well, the rogue king was looking for his prey, and I want the Alpha's head. Like on cue, both of us shifted. I aggressively lunged forward and snarled ferociously at him. He tried to dodge my attack, but he was slower than me. I was able to scratch his hind leg. He stumbled, but was able to regain his balance quickly. We did not stop. Our wolves charged at each other and collided. He tried to tear my leg, but he let down his defenses. I took the opening and bit his shoulder. Austin let out a loud howl and attempted to shake me off. I let go of my grip and let him have his chance. But I didn't expect that the Midnight Moonpack's alpha was a coward. Instead of attacking, he ran in the opposite direction. He is a coward and stupid. This is the kind of alpha they got? Kali was in disbelief. What a shame. Did he think he could outrun us? The Werewolf King? Ridiculous. Kali and I gave Austin a good 3-minute head start. That should be far enough. I positioned myself and started galloping in his direction. Just as expected, I caught up with him in just seconds. He noticed that I was behind him and tried to turn left. Unfortunately, he was slow, so I snagged his tail and threw him into the tree. He whimpered from the pain. I sauntered over him while a smirk was plastered onto my muzzle. "Is that all you've got, Alpha?" I growled. I thought. He was now breathing raggedly. "What was that, Alpha?" This was not what we talked about. "Of course, Alpha. Why would I? This is my gift to you." "What do you mean?" "It's my payback." He went pale and whimpered. "Let me be clear. 6 years ago, a young girl came into this pack. She thought she was saved and hoped for a new family. However, all that came crashing down when everyone discriminated against her for not having a wolf. Does it ring a bell, Alpha?" "You're doing this because of her?" "For the most part, yes. But this should also teach you a lesson. It's not just Corey, but also Lola and other Omegas suffering under your leadership. And you did nothing. This is outrageous. I didn't know any of those." "Don't act innocent. I investigated all of these, and I have proof. Aside from this, you are also charged with corruption and embezzlement." "Is this a joke? All part of your training?" "How could I joke about this, Alpha? I would never." He slowly started to stand back up. He was on all fours again. Does he think he could land an attack on me, even a tiny scratch? Or will he cowardly run again? I heard him growl. "Do you think I am a fool? Of course, it would be impossible for me to beat you, alone." A light brown wolf suddenly emerged from the woods, a female wolf. I was wondering where she had been all along. So they were planning a 2-against-1 battle. Well, if it isn't the Luna, why did you come out?" "I will help my mate, of course." "How sweet, but if I were you, I would have stayed in hiding." "He's weak. I am king, get it?" "We can still defeat you." "Ha ha ha, we'll see about that, Luna." The pair surrounded me, and while Chloe was distracting me, Austin sneaked in a back attack. He was able to scratch my hind legs, but it didn't put me at any disadvantage. I even used the chance to kick him. He flew in the air, and I heard a loud thud. I am not worried he's dead because I can still hear him whimpering. He'll have broken a leg or all of them. "Your mate cannot fight anymore. Why don't you run along?" "No." She was hesitating and obviously scared. "I haven't forgotten nor forgiven you for what you did to Corey at the cafe and the stuff you said about my people. She deserved it. She was nothing but a low-life Omega. Before I knock you out, let me tell you this. Austin was mated to Corey before." "That won't work for me." "That's a lie." "Don't tell me you didn't notice the longing stares he gave to Corey this past week?" She noticed that. I would see her scorn Corey for having Austin's attention. Chloe tried to attack me due to her overwhelming anger at the information and reality of the situation. When she was close enough, I tackled her. Her body tumbled and bumped into a tree. The fight was over. Both of them were unconscious. I tied them both up and marked them with blue paint. I mind-linked Silas and Elias to pick them up and tell everyone that the training is officially over.